Okay. Hi guys, Michael the Comic Nerd here once again with the next edition of the MTCN review team. We are once again here at the theater, although mostly as a convenient location, more than actually going to see a movie. We actually meant to do this like 3 weeks ago, but we
certain circumstances.
Yeah.
Me.
I mean, they're valid reasons enough until, but let me introduce you.
Give me a lot of chances.
Okay. You stop interrupting the intro. God. Sorry. I'll let you know when you can speak.
I'm just really excited to be a part of this. So.
Okay, now she's kissing my ass. All right.
Brown-nosing.
So this lovely interrupter, is one of two femme fatales we have in our lovely little group. And you introduce yourself.
Okay. My name is Alysa. I met Michael earlier this semester at KSJS.
If you know what that is.
90.5 KSJS Ground Zero Radio, the San Jose State's radio station. So yeah, this guy, we actually had an interesting way of meeting. Do you want to tell this story? Because I tell this story a lot.
I don't think we're making an intro for a dating website.
Okay. All right. Well, then
we'll save that story for another time.
Yeah, it's a good story.
Once we actually get a cult following here. Okay. So she is one of now 3 people what I call my critics in training. Trey was the first one. He did pretty good. You will see what happens. And we got a third one who we just recruited yesterday. So
Raj, right?
Yeah, Raj. So
did he kind of forced himself into the
you know he's gonna watch this. I'm not editing in this.
Oh, you're not? Okay.
So that's part of the fun. Okay. So the movie we're gonna talk about today is, I'm sure you read the title, is Les Mis. Mm-hmm. And I saw it on Christmas. You saw it like a couple days after, I think.
A couple days after Christmas.
Okay, yeah. So obviously we're a bit late on this once again. So I think pretty much just jump right into it. There's a very specific reason why I wanted you specifically to do this one rather than somebody else's. Up till I brought it to your attention, you never knew about this movie or anything about it.
Yes, so this is actually my first time seeing it, experiencing it. I've never read the book, never seen the play, so this is like,
completely clean slate, and I thought that'd be interesting. But for me, I'm a huge fan of the stage play. It's the only concert version I have on DVD. So I had a lot of anticipation going into this, and I have a very strong opinion about this. I apologize if I get a little angry at times in advance, depending on how you think about it.
Okay. Well, maybe you should start off since you've had a lot of experience with this movie.
Okay. I had to kind of refresh my memory back because I saw it weeks ago, so I'm trying.
Same here.
So I feel my memory will refresh as we go forward. For me, I still really like this movie since there's unfortunately like a lot of the same issues I have with the stage play are still present here, and we'll get to those. But overall, I thought it was really well translated. I thought the acting was really good, except for one exception. Again, we'll get to that.
Okay.
You probably know what I'm talking about, or maybe not.
Maybe.
We'll find out. That's where you're in training. So what did you think about it? Clean slate.
Clean slate. Okay. Well, first-hand experience. Wow, I was amazed, especially with Anne Hathaway's performance. Like, for her to actually cut her physical hair for the script, or for the play was...
I mean, well, Natalie Portman did the same thing for V for Vendetta.
That's true.
So I was like, it's not entirely uncommon, but yeah, Anne Hathaway's performance was fantastic. One thing they did with this movie I think is really unique, pretty much, this was a big, huge part of the building up the hype, is like all the actors are singing these songs live, and none of it's pre-recorded, even like parts that they thought were going to pre-record, like Borat, I guess, had throat problems at some point during the production, but even he...
interesting.
Yeah, and Borat's in this movie, which surprised me. I had no idea he was in... And he can sing, go figure.
He has more than just,
But yeah, it's like, I thought about going over the story, but either you know the story or you don't, and I could spend 20 minutes just trying to describe that to you, because it's really convoluted. It's adapting a book that's, like, this fucking big. It's like 2 Bibles or something.
Wait, the
book is huge. It's like longer than the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Wow.
So
I did not know that.
So they condensed that somehow into like a 3-hour musical, essentially. So that means some stuff is naturally going to get cut out. Like how the John Valjean character jumps from being a poverty-ridden person who gets some silver from a church to being mayor.
Right.
No explanation why. We're just kind of supposed to go with it. And it works. It works. It's done well enough. And Hugh Jackman plays the lead. I think this is probably Hugh Jackman's best performance that he's done to date. I love Wolverine, not the spin-off movie. I like his character Wolverine, but...
Oh, speaking of that, there's another coming out.
Yes.
How do you feel about that? Oh, no.
I don't want it to suck. I really don't, but my hopes aren't high.
Okay. So low Low standards.
I'm willing to be surprised. Chances
Okay.
are we'll end up going to see it over the summer, me or someone else in the group.
What I thought was really successful about the movie is the parallels that they did, like, visually.
Mm.
So, I actually don't remember any of the characters' names. Okay. Which is why I wanted a refresher.
This should be good then. Okay, who are you talking about? Describe him.
John, I think.
Jean Valjean?
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
it's Sean. Yeah,
Sean.
there's a little bit of French
How
accent
do you
there.
say it?
Sean Valjean.
Sean.
It's kind of like you're saying Sean Connery a little bit.
Okay.
Like
Sean.
Sean Valjean.
Sean. Okay.
Like, not Sean. It's not Sean Valjean. It's not the surfer version.
Okay. Well, you can say it your way. I'm gonna say it my way. John. I'll say it the American way.
All the American way.
Oh, we're okay. So
America.
back to what I was saying. So the parallels are really interesting. Okay, so when he's lifting the cross,
Oh,
and then later on,
are we comparing him to Jesus?
no, we're not comparing. I'm talking about visual comparisons. Okay, so when he's lifting the cross as a
Was that the very beginning?
the very beginning. Yeah.
Okay, so I thought that was like a part of a boat, wasn't it?
You mean the pillar thing?
Yeah, the giant pillar he carries at the very beginning of the movie, like Javert tells him.
Oh, it was actually a flag. Why was I thinking a cross?
I don't know. That's why I was
religious, like.
I was like, are we going into like Passion of the Christ
No,
territory?
we're not. We're not touching religion at all.
Okay.
Okay. So sorry. Excuse me. So when he was first carrying the pillar in the beginning of the movie, as a prisoner, and then later when he was mayor and he was carrying what was it? A
yeah, it was
wagon
a
or
carriage.
something?
That part actually wasn't in the original stage play. They added that in for the sake of exposition.
I see.
So like pretty much all the spoken line parts in this are just added from the stage play for the sake of exposition because I love the play, but it does make a lot of jumps. Like literally like 10, 20-year jumps.
Yeah, I saw that.
It does that I think 3 times in the movie.
Right. Once after he becomes freed, and then another time after he rescues
Cassette.
That was her name.
And we'll get to that bitch.
What? Okay, so you really did not like Amanda Seyfried. Is that the
It's nothing to do with Amanda Seyfried, alright? It has nothing to do with her. We'll get to that. And
Okay.
we may disagree on that, because, I'll get around to it. But, like, first act, everyone's like the Eponine, played by Anne Hathaway, and she's fantastic.
Oh, yes.
Unfortunately, she's, like, I Dreamed a Dream, I think, is probably the staple of, like, her career, and it'll probably be the standard for that song.
Oh my gosh, I almost teared up.
Now,
that was probably the hardest scene.
Now, what kind of thing interesting about it is a couple things are interesting about it is like one, don't listen to the music on its own. I looked it up on YouTube and I was listening to it. It's like it does not have the same effect, and it makes you realize it's like I saw another person talking about this, a very popular person talking about. He made a very good point, which is this is not meant to sound pretty.
Right.
That's not what it's supposed to be. It is very much a drama experience. You have to go see the movie. You have to go see the actors acting. You have to go see. You gotta experience the whole thing. You can't just listen to the music and just get into it like you can with like a CD version or something like that. So it's unique in that way, and it does a. I Dreamed a Dream in particular does an amazing thing. I have not seen this done in God knows how long. I don't think ever really. Is that the camera barely moves? Do you notice that?
Yeah.
Like it doesn't move at all. It just.
There's not that many changes either in lighting.
Well, it doesn't do a damn thing other than just let the actor do its thing for like 4 minutes of this song, and it just lets.
And what's interesting is that it captures your attention.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it just that just shows the power of the performer and how it can affect just the overall emotion. Like Anna Hathaway gives everything she's got into this thing, and it's really impressive.
It shows on TV.
And I almost cried, and I'm a man. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I cry man tears.
You can
sometimes.
be a man and cry. It's okay.
I almost cried during
It's
Up.
alright.
Okay. All right. There's like I can count like on one hand the movies that have teared me up.
Okay, give me one.
Up.
Oh, which part? Are you talking about?
I'm not talking about the intro, actually. I love the intro, but that wasn't the part that got me. It was the part towards the very end when he's looking at the photo album.
Oh. The part that got me was the story about their house.
Yeah, but that's getting off topic.
Right.
It's okay. We're gonna diverge. That's what's fun about these things. It's all different, always different. But now I'm trying to promote this whole idea.
Okay, so
what was I talking about?
You're saying it that
Anne Hathaway. Yes.
Yeah, tearjerker.
Tearjerker. Okay. But yeah, I thought she did a really amazing job. Even just in laying up to it. I have a friend of mine who kind of disagrees with me on this, but I still thought like her transition to that point was very well done. Just the lean desperation and the hopelessness of it, and like,
I mean, she would do anything.
oh yeah, and that and I like the way the atmosphere changes. Like the prostitutes all basically have like clownish makeup on.
Yeah.
Just absurdly ill-fashioned, and that's like, oh shit, you've hit a lot
They
of bottom.
have this weird dynamic where it's like they want to take care of her, but at the same time they want to abuse her. Like
Well,
they want to make her feel like she's a part of something, but really...
I don't remember how it was in the books. I read the book once years ago when I was a little kid. I barely remember anything about it. I just know that John Valjean's other alias starts with a P. That's about all I really remember from the book.
Oh, okay.
Which they never give you in the movie, if you notice. They never actually tell you what his second alias is. 2/3 of the way through the movie.
That's right. Huh, that's right.
But, that's a good stuff, and we'll probably jump into the bad, but the one thing that really, really frustrated me is Russell Crowe.
How so?
He was terrible. He was fucking horrible.
How so? Give me some...
Okay, well, first off, what do you think, Russell Crowe?
I don't know.
You don't care?
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't care too much for him.
Okay, fair enough. Whether you like Russell Crowe or don't like Russell Crowe, his performance here is just bad. I have so much to teach you.
Apparently so.
By the time I'm done with you, you'll be as much of a cinema snob as I am.
Will I be cussing as much too?
Well, that depends how much you want to adapt.
Okay.
But soon, like, oh, this is horrible, horrible acting. I will transform you like a statue of clay into something beautiful and horribly snobby, and you will no
God.
longer watch another Disney movie ever again.
Oh no, but but I like my Disney movies.
Okay, my evil plan is one core to complete. Okay, but anyway, just the way he belts out every fucking lyric he has. There's no subtlety. He spends the entire movie looking like he's trying not to forget the lyrics.
Oh, like he's just concentrating?
Like, no, not even concentrating. He just kind of like, in the beginning, like, 5 years for what you did, the rest because you tried to run. Yes, 24601. It's like, and Javert in the stage play, he is such.
Okay, how do you feel about him exiting the movie?
Well, he exits the movie the same way as the character doesn't in play, and I'm okay with that. I actually thought he did better in the end than he did throughout the entire rest of the movie.
Why do you think that?
Well, because he was actually trying towards the end.
Well, maybe that's just, the way his character is.
Well, he either read the character really one note, because the character I know Javert as he's a fascinating character. At least he should be. Like, in the stage play I saw, I forget, I'm thinking about the 25th anniversary edition, for those who are aware of this. The guy who played in that did such an amazing job, because it involves a lot of subtlety. Like, he does have this very black and white view of the way the justice system works, but at the same time, he's, like, as soon as that turns into a gray area, kills himself. That's what he does in the movie. Spoiler. Yeah, it's safe to say we're going to spoil territory from this point on, so if you haven't seen the movie already, surprisingly, after like 3 weeks, go see it. I recommend it. It's musically you're going to love or you're going to hate. Personally, I love it, so take that as your will.
Did you watch it on your own?
Yes.
Was there a lot of people on Christmas Day?
Yeah, there was an astonishing amount of people on Christmas. It was sold out.
Wow.
So yeah, we both loved it, but I still have my very respective opinions about, and we'll spar about those. See what you.
Okay, I'm curious as to what you.
Okay.
Thought about,
which part are you thinking about?
Well, I'm curious to what you think about Amanda, because you said that you just were.
I don't think Amanda Seyfried did what she could have done. Her character is just really stupid.
she just.
Okay, what did you think of the romance? Because that takes up a big block for like the last third of the movie. Because I have a very strong opinion about this.
Okay, in terms of the romance, it has that traditional feel to it, like tragic love.
Like, describe traditional here.
Well, their relationship is comparable to, like, Hamlet. And I feel
really? You're making you're comparing that romance to Hamlet?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, I think so. Because, I mean, can you... Okay.
Maybe it's because I'm talking mostly to guys about this. I don't know if it's the female perspective. The romance is horrible.
The dynamic or like the chemistry between these two?
There is no fucking chemistry. They talk once through a barred gate, and then they're in love.
That's what I'm talking about. Like traditional.
It's Disney.
Oh no, it's not like Disney.
Well,
they only had a couple encounters. I see what you mean by like it doesn't
it's
sell
the
you
little
enough.
fucking mermaid. Okay, where I train my voice for vagina. Man, I don't know. Yeah, I know. I stole that joke. I apologize, but it had to be said.
So what do you think that the movie could have done to, like, you know, convince you that there was something going on between these
Have
lovers?
more than one fucking encounter, for starters.
They didn't have enough time.
No.
It was kind of like the love at first sight, like, lust kind of thing.
I know, and I hate that cliche so fucking much. It's like...
But isn't that in the original plot, too? Like, in the original...
Well, in the book, at least, from the parts I vaguely remember, unfortunately, this is like a big problem in the stage play, too, so there's really nothing the movie could have really done to solve this. In the book, they do actually have several encounters. Like, they have, like, a secret rendezvous, like, at a bench every night for a while. So it's still stupid, but you can kind of believe it a little bit more at that point. This is, I met you once, and now I'm in love.
We have to think about how you were saying, like, this book, you know, is really thick.
That doesn't mean you have to translate shitty stuff that horrendously. Even the movie knows it's a waste of fucking time. The play spends more time on it.
What did you think about the interesting love triangle?
Okay, I do love Eponine as a character. I do love her. Can't stand Cosetta Marius, quite frankly. Eponine is a character that you could actually believe her experience on this, and she gets so fucking screwed in this.
Yeah, I felt really bad for her.
She's played by Samantha Barks, who actually has played the role, I think, at least 3 times now.
Seriously?
Yeah, she was in the 25th anniversary edition, and she's done the same role in a couple other plays, I think.
Okay.
But I love her character, because you believe her fucking character. Not Mary, it's like, ooh, hot chick, I'm in love. It's like, no, you're just horny, okay? No, I'm sorry. You just can't convince me, otherwise. I'm sorry, I told you I was gonna get mad. This whole thing with Samarius, a lot of people agree with me that it's stupid. A lot of people I've talked to about it agree that it's stupid, but it falls into a cliche in movies that I can't stand, which is the baseline for most romantic comedies, which is people will meet, and in roughly 3 days, they know they are in love.
This guy is really cynical about love right now.
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's because it does not happen after. No, don't bring my love life into this.
Okay.
Don't bring my love life into this. All right. Now I'm gonna come on. Like, what the hell happened to Michael?
He went off the deep end.
No, it's like, after 3 days, a crush I'll believe. Infatuation, sure. Love, fuck you. No, that's not how it works, okay? That is not how it fucking works. Like, you probably don't feel strongly about this as I do, clearly.
It's just hard to say because, like, if it has to be true to the other plays...
I know, like, this is an issue the movie could not have fixed. I know that. That does not make it any less stupid.
I agree with you, though. Like, their relationship, I mean, you can't build a relationship in a couple days.
In a day, but
then again, it's like, what can you do? Because with the story... given the context,
it was just a way to have a happy ending. That's all it was. It was an excuse to have a happy ending at the very end.
And then they got married. They don't even know each other.
Yeah, that's what I'm fucking talking about.
He probably doesn't even know her last name.
Exactly, that's what I'm fucking talking about. It's like, and he even points out in the fucking play, it's like, I'm in love with you, but I don't even know your name. Hi. It's like, watch it. That fucking scene's in there. I know I'm swearing a lot. It's what I do.
And what did you think about? John Valjean's relationship with Cassette.
Now that's the only thing that really kind of redeems that part of the storyline. It does have a clear effect on Jean Valjean. He's the character you follow from the beginning. He's the one you come to care about. Like, he's the one you're interested in.
Right.
So the only real upside for the whole relationship is you see how it affects him and how he deals with it, and that's interesting.
He doesn't want to let her go.
Exactly. He doesn't want to let her go, and he's like, but he learns he has to and stuff like that. And all that is good enough to justify the romance, even though I think it could be done so much fucking better. I will give it credit for one thing. The Eponine storyline, at least her solo, 2/3 of the way movie, is probably the best.
So heartfelt.
It is probably the best song about unrequited love that I to this day have ever heard.
It's kind of...
Because it perfectly captures the feeling. Again, we're not going on my love life here.
Yeah, it's pretty tragic what happened
Marry
to her.
you, bitch. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, for her to, like, sacrifice her own life to save the guy that she loves, who is in love with another girl.
Well, it's like, like I love Samantha Parks in this role. I think she's great. I have a friend, and again, another friend I've talked about who really disagrees. I don't know how, quite frankly. But,
Wait, why?
I don't know, he thought she sucked. I was astonished by this.
Wow.
We tend to disagree on a lot of things, but,
Makes it more interesting.
Exactly. Yeah, I thought again, she nailed it on the stage. She nailed it here. I thought she did a fantastic job. Again, one of my favorite characters on the show, even if she's stuck in the crummy storyline, which is another case of perfectly good characters who get screwed 2/3 of the way through the movie in favor for the douchebag.
I know. Oh, I loved her parents, though.
Oh, the Thénardiers, yeah.
Comic relief throughout the movie,
Now, I was actually worried, again, coming from the person who's seen the stage plays, the person who did the 25th anniversary edition did it, like, so perfectly. I didn't know who played the Miss Thénardier in the new one, or in this movie. And
it kind of looked like it was Johnny Depp's wife?
It is not Johnny Depp's wife. It's Tim Burton's wife.
Oh, Tim Burton's wife. Oh, okay.
But as soon as I saw it was Helena Carr, I was like, oh, we're fine. Okay. And then Borat plays Mr. Thénardier.
Which is really funny. Like, I would never expect
I did not
that.
expect that, and admittedly, I've found out recently he's actually a pretty good actor when he wants to be. Say what you will about Borat or Bruno or whatever those other crappy movies. He's committed to his characters.
I guess so. Apparently.
I will give him that much, because I saw Hugo pretty much right after I saw Les Mis, and he's also in that one, and he also does a fantastic job.
Okay.
So it's like, there's clearly talent there that I have never actually seen before. So that was refreshing. Not to mention he gets his opening song is fantastic. Mm-hmm. With the weird part with Santa and 2/3 of the way through.
The weird part with Santa? Are you talking about when they're introduced, like they're in the house?
Their first song, the Masters of the House song.
Yes.
Yes, we are the Masters of the House.
Oh, it's so funny. Like,
it is very cleverly done.
They're sleazy, but it's like it's tasteful.
Tastefully sleazy.
Yeah,
okay.
Seriously.
It's like, you're a slut.
Oh, do you remember that scene where they were grinding meat? That's disgusting. It reminded me of Sweeney Todd. I saw the play for Sweeney Todd like 2 semesters ago, and I couldn't eat pies for like a month. I seriously couldn't.
To be fair, Helena Carter is in both those movies.
Really?
Yeah, she's in the Tim Burton version of Sweeney Todd.
I never saw a Tim Burton.
I haven't seen the stage play. I heard the stage play is much better. I actually like the movie, but that's a whole other thing.
Haven't seen the movie, saw the stage play. That's pretty good.
It's on my list of things to eventually get to.
Let's see.
I'm thinking about Javert again. Russell Crowe ruined what should have been a great character. He's a great character. There's a lot of complexity to him, and he just made him so boring. You could not have made stars any duller. You just could not have done it. I mean,
but you felt like he redeemed himself, like at the end, right? Like he
only slightly. Oh,
I did see some more
slightly.
like character development. Like he actually started to like question, what is right and what is wrong.
And that should have been a much more fascinating journey rather than that kind of sucks and then jumps off a bridge, which is essentially what happens. The only part I saw Russell Crowe trying to act was the parts where he didn't have to sing. Oddly enough, those are the parts where I saw him trying to act. So I think he's clearly out of his element here. He was clearly miscast. He does not belong in this.
You really feel strongly about that.
Like I said, I feel very strongly towards Les Mis.
Who do you think would have been a better role, like better cast?
If you got some marks, why not just get the guy from the fucking stage play? But they just wanted big names in there, so they got Hugh Jackman. I mean, Hugh Jackman is a Broadway star. That's how he started. So he's a natural fit for the Les Mis part. And I was really kind of curious about some of the musical choices he did, like at least at the very beginning. Like he didn't do the traditional Broadway singing type. He did it kind of like more quiet. Do you notice that? You know what I'm talking about?
No, actually no, I don't.
Well, it's like, for example, like for Who Am I? When he's questioned, like in Broadway version, you would go like, my soul belongs to God, I know. I made that bargain long ago. But he does it very differently. Like,
I remember. I know which scene you're talking about.
But instead, he kind of does a quieter, like, my soul belongs to God, I know. Like, he's kind of more talking. It's kind of more a talking scene, but it works.
Yeah, maybe it's because they were trying to achieve the idea that he really felt bad.
Well,
for stealing all that shit.
Yeah, I'm sure that was really what it was. He really felt just bad about it. I have so much to teach you. Okay. Okay. Still in training. But I think what it is Hugh Jackman, I think, realizes more than a lot of the other cast members is that there's a big difference what you can do in movies and what you can do on stage. In stage, you have to be big. You have pretty much no other choice. And in stage, you have to be big. So you have to project to the people in the back of the room, pretty much. You have to make sure everyone can hear you, everyone know what's going on. And you have to do everything big, otherwise everyone can't see it.
Right, that makes sense.
But movies are allowed to be have much smaller moments, much more subtlety to it. You're allowed to do different things. You got what I'm saying here?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
So that's why it's
different styles of
he did different styles. Like that's why like you see he's trying different musical styles. He's using more facial expression. He's what's the word I'm looking for? He's taking advantage. That's what I'm looking for. Taking advantage of the fact that it is a very different medium, and therefore you can do much different things, especially in musicals. So in that regard, I thought that not all of them worked. I don't think all his musical choices worked, but like some were a little offbeat in my opinion. But again, it's not meant to sound pretty. So I thought that was very interesting. A lot of the other actors did too. Some others just sang it traditionally. Like I love Samantha Barks, but she did do the very traditional Broadway performance, and it was still fantastic. Don't get me wrong, but still very difficult. Oh. I have a feeling, again, you probably don't feel strongly about this as I do, but I hate Gavroche. Gavroche is the little kid they introduced about halfway through the movie.
That poor soul. Yeah, I remember him.
that poor soul.
No, I kind of liked him. I liked him because when people were giving up, he was that little, sliver of blonde hope.
He does nothing through this movie.
He's a kid, of course.
But he acts like he does everything.
Again, he's a kid. He's a kid. Like, it reiterates the fact that he's a kid. His world is so small, and he already believes in these, like, ideals of, like, revolution and change. He's only, like, he looks like he's 9. He's not even, like, a decade old.
But he has, like, multiple songs about how little people do this. And by the way, how is it people in France all have Cockney accents? Not one person has a French accent in this whole fucking movie. Or in the play, anyway. I don't know who made that decision. It's probably some British guy, probably. But, like, there's not a single French accent anywhere to be seen in this in the movie or the play or anywhere. And Hugh Jackman has an American accent. Go figure.
Yeah.
But this is all nitpicky. But what really pisses me off about Gavroche is the fact, again, he acts like he does everything. He accomplishes little to nothing, and then he gets his own death song, which lasts longer than fucking Eponine's death song, and she's a much better character.
So you felt like he should have deserved a...
I thought he's just been cut out completely. Like he has this one song, and I hate this song.
Which song?
It's like 5 seconds. It's right after like Javert comes back from the back to the barracks. Like he's disguised as one of the revolutionaries. And by the way, this isn't the French Revolution. It's like a student revolution. I found this out after the fact.
Oh yeah, it's the beginning. It's not.
Well, it's actually after the first French Revolution, which the movie makes very clear when oddly enough, when they introduced Gavroche.
Okay.
But this was like a student revolution. It didn't really go anywhere, obviously, if you watch the movie. But it's right after Javert comes in, and then he's like, they're gonna attack at the night, or attack at the right, or whatever the hell it is. And then, like, Gavroche comes with this little Orphan Annie shit. And, like, he starts, stupid fucking lyric. I can't.
What?
It's like, he's like, good evening, dear Inspector. Lovely evening, my dear. Ugh. It completely kills the tone. It destroys any momentum it might have had for this little Orphan Annie 1 minute song.
I don't know.
And then it ends with a little wink and smile crap. It's like, just goes to show what little people can do.
So you felt like it's cheesy or just unnecessary?
Well, it comes out of nowhere. There's never another song like it anywhere in the play.
Out of place.
It's completely out of place. This is not time for little Orphan Annie crap. Right? This is Les Mis. It's meant to be huge. It has to be huge in scope. And here you go with this little Oliver Twist shit.
What did you think about the stages and the costumes?
The stages and costumes are great. No one not even try to argue that point. I know I'm bashing this movie, but I do love it. Believe it or not.
You're just trying to balance.
I still love it. I do. I just have a lot of issues with the stage play, and unfortunately, a lot of those issues do carry over in the movie. Except for one or two changes they did. 1 or 2 very small changes they did that I actually thought was more effective. Like the time Gavroche actually does something. Like in the stage play, Eponine is the one that brings the letter to Jean Valjean rather than Gavroche bringing it. It actually makes more. But it really kind of
more sense.
it makes more sense that she would hide it out of just blind hope that something will eventually happen, even though it's never going to.
I like how eventually she does give the note, showing just the kind of like nature of her character. Like,
yeah,
she's a good-hearted girl.
It's like I love Eponine. Can't stand Cosette because she's like, they actually developed Eponine. They don't bother with Cosette. Like, she starts out what could have been an interesting subplot, like who am I? Where's my mother? Like, what's your past? Stuff like that. But then they immediately drop that. Immediately drop it.
Like fast forward, like what, 10 years or something like that?
No, like this is when she's an adult. It's like the first song that Amanda Seyfried has, which is like basically it's like who's my mother? Where do I come from? Like, what's your story? You won't tell me anything.
Oh,
It's like,
yes.
And that could have been interesting, but they immediately drop it. It's like, well, what's your secret? Oh, Marius. And then focus on that the entire rest of the movie. I will give Marius some credit. The actor who played him was really good. He did the best what he could with that material. But it's not great material. He is...
Remember who that is again?
I don't remember the actor's name. The guy who plays Marius, the love interest. But,
yes. The young
rapscallion who's the only one that survives the onslaught of brutality. And those are some great visuals, by the way.
I can't believe he survived that, honestly.
Fucking neither can I.
Like, he was the only guy.
Like I said, the set pieces and everything like that were really good. Like, the set design is fantastic. The part when they're in the sewer, right after
and what's his name?
John Valjean, Hugh Jackman, is dragging Marius's pretty much dying corpse on his back through these very narrow sewer tunnels, and and they drop into this much. It looks like a fucking sewer, and pretty much everyone in the audience I was in was like, ugh. Like everyone, and they cut out one song right about that point, which I know why they cut it out because it's largely unnecessary, but I'm kind of a little disappointed that they did.
What song?
It's a song as Thénardier, the Borat, for the sake of convenience, sings basically a song about looting people in the sewer.
That would have been funny.
Well, it's actually kind of a dark song, but ends with this high note, and to this day, I've not heard a single Thénardier actually hit that high note, so I was kind of curious to see if Borat could do it.
That would be pretty cool.
I don't know his actual name.
I love how he gets the ring at the end.
Oh yeah, that was good, and that was a good way to cut out those characters. Good finale to put them through, and I like them both. I thought they're both very good. Marius was good for what he could. Marius was given just a little more depth than Cosette. Just not much, but just a little bit. Like he does like enough to have that solo at the end mean something. Mm-hmm. And that was a good solo, too. Not quite Anne Hathaway good, but it was still pretty good.
Oh, I think Anne Hathaway had the best performance.
Oh, yeah, she did. And unfortunately, you kind of felt like her absence of the rest of the movie a little bit.
Yeah, I really was kind of sad that she departed so quickly.
So, like, I was...
But she was there at the end, too.
She was technically in the whole Twilight Zone end.
Like, it would have been interesting if they casted Amanda Seyfried as her role, and then,
That would have been too lazy.
You think so?
I think it would have been too lazy. It would have been too obvious. I don't think it would have worked.
You don't think Amanda has what it takes to
No, especially because when we got with Anne Hathaway, there was no way Amanda Seyfried could have pulled that off. I saw Red Riding Hood.
Did you really?
It was the first review I ever did.
Okay.
I was like, I saw Red Riding Hood. I still am forgiven her for Red Riding Hood, and apparently, based on my YouTube like and dislikes, a lot of the Red Riding Hood fans have not forgiven me. So,
So what Michael's trying to say is,
no, I'm too much of an angry person for that. What time is it?
I have to catch that movie at 7.
Okay, it's like 5:36 right now. Well, that's what you get when you're a half hour late.
I was lost.
Yeah, apparently she's been delaying me more than anyone else in this group so far. Like, it's like right after Christmas, I texted like, "Hey, when are you available? I want to try this out." And he goes, "Oh, we'll do it then." And then I get a text message, "Oh, I gotta push it back." And then I text,
and I got a job.
It's like, okay, let's do it then. And then I get another text out. He's like, "Oh, we gotta push it back even further."
I know. I'm
and
terrible.
Then today I was like, "Well, let's meet up at 3. Okay, can we make it 4:30? Sure, I'll be there at 4:30. And then I'm be there in 20 minutes. 30 minutes later.
Wait. You get off at 3. You said you got off at 3. I said let's meet at 4. I said then.
You didn't say 4. I was. That was yesterday. I remember. I was.
What?
You didn't say 4. I said
4:30, and then I said let's push it to 4:30 because I was been running, and then I got lost because I assumed that the Cinelux theater would be more like prominent I didn't.
How did you miss that?
No, well, like I came from this way. I didn't see that. Like I was really looking
To point out the big giant neon sign that she's referring to.
I came from the other side. The only thing I saw was Safeway.
Theaters.
And like, you know what? I've never seen a movie theater right next to a Safeway. That's
It's Morgan Hill. What do you expect?
This is my first time going to Morgan Hill. So
Welcome to Morgan
Michael
Hill.
Should forgive me.
Where hopes go to die.
But
yeah.
yeah.
I don't got much else except that Eponine deserved better.
I think for my first experience, that was well done.
Okay, that's so. Anything else you got? Like final thoughts aside from that?
No.
Okay. Well, that's putting it bluntly. What trailers did you get? I got some weird ones in mine.
Let's see, trailers.
I got fucking Die Hard in mine, which I thought was weird.
I got that one war movie.
Well, that really narrows it down.
I don't know, it doesn't... I honestly don't remember because I just watched Django yesterday, so I'm only thinking about those trailers.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Alright, well, I think that's about all we got for this. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed it, and we'll break her in sooner or later. And we'll be back this weekend with The Last Stand. You're busy that time, right?
But when are you guys doing The Last Stand?
We're doing it on Saturday.
This Saturday?
This Saturday.
What time?
I don't know. You're probably around the, 7:30ish.
Depends if I pass my exam, so probably not.
Well, you have high hopes for yourself. Okay, so she probably won't be there. I got one guy who's for sure coming, a new face, so I'll see if we can get other people to join us, and we'll be back for Arnold Schwarzenegger this weekend. So, thank you for finally joining me here today, and we'll see you guys all next time.
Bye.